Hey y'all, today we are making 3 delicious pantry staples. Okay, first up, we've got brown gravy mix, okay? So this is the kind of gravy like if you want mashed potatoes and gravy or rice and gravy or something like that, that's this gravy, okay? Just in case you didn't know. And I did this video because y'all really enjoyed my bacon essentials video, and I've been wanting to do more of those, and since y'all like those, I was like, well, I'm just going to give y'all what you want. I'm going to make more of these, so there are going to be more videos like this coming up, so be ready for those. Okay, and I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to cook these so y'all can see how they turn out. So to this bowl, I added 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm adding 3/4 of a cup of beef bouillon. You can use whatever kinds you want. I like the Knorr. Then I added in 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, about a tablespoon of black pepper, and then a teaspoon each of onion powder and paprika. You can adjust these if you make this and you're like, well, I feel like it's too much pepper or not enough pepper or whatever. You can always adjust these, and I will put my exact measurements down in the description box for y'all, so you'll have it all written out. So I'm doing these in bowls because I wasn't real sure how much room they were going to take up in my jars and if I would have room to shake them once they got in the jar. So I just thought this would be easier. And anything that I can link I will link it I'll have it in my Amazon store for y'all if y'all are needing like the cannon funnel and stuff like that. That's in my Amazon store. So anyway, but the jars I got at Walmart. All right, so we got I think that's a 32-ounce jar. I'm almost positive. If that's not right, then I will note that down in the description box for y'all. So to make this, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter to a pot. Let it melt, and then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of your gravy mix right to your pot, okay? We're going to whisk this around, and we're going to let it cook for a minute or two, okay? We're just going to try to cook a little bit of that raw flour out of there. We're trying to make something that's going to thicken this gravy up for us, okay? So just mix it around pretty constantly. Don't let it burn. Just a couple of minutes. It don't take longer than that. Then you're going to slowly whisk in 1 cup of water. That's it. You don't have to add anything else to this. It's super, super simple. And this gravy mix, in my opinion, tastes just like homemade gravy. So if you're looking for really good gravy mix, this does not taste like a packaged gravy. In my opinion, it doesn't. But y'all make it and let me know what you think. So anyway, you're just going to heat this until it starts to thicken up. It only takes like a minute or 2. That's it. It doesn't take very long at all. It's super, super simple, and it is so, so good, y'all. It's so good. You have to make this one. You have to make it. Okay, next up, we're going to do white gravy or milk gravy or country gravy, whatever you call it. People call it different things, but that's what this is. This is the kind of gravy that you're going to put over biscuits, okay? Or whatever you want to put milk gravy over, or white gravy over, or country gravy over. If you wanted to do it over chicken fried steak or something like that. That's this gravy. That's what this gravy right here is. So make you a pan of biscuits and then you make this gravy. So what I'm adding to this bowl is 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Then I'm going to add in 1.5 cups of this powdered milk. Now, I'm using the non-fat powdered milk. Some people say that you really need to use the whole powder, like the whole milk powder. I do not find that. This non-fat milk works just as well, in my opinion. It's really good. So for the seasonings in this one, we're going to add in 1/3 cup of onion powder. And I know these seasonings are going to seem like it's a whole lot, but we got 4.5 cups of flour we have to season, y'all. So just bear with me. Just go with it. So 1/3 cup of onion powder. Then this is the part you really need to adjust. I'm doing 3 tablespoons of black pepper. It is very peppery, okay? If you don't like a peppery, kind of spicy gravy, then just do 2 tablespoons of the black pepper. I like a lot of pepper in mine, y'all. And this is another one. I'm adding a tablespoon of salt. You can adjust the salt. Now, it's not enough salt. 1 tablespoon, I can tell you, is not enough salt for this, but I wanted to be able to adjust it myself when I'm cooking it, okay? So if you already know you like a lot of salt, add extra salt when you're putting it together. And then I added in 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, okay? So that's all I added to this. We're gonna mix that up really good, and then again, I'm putting this into a 1/2 gallon jar, because I knew it would, I barely got the 3 cups into the other one, and I knew that I was going to have a lot more because I had 4.5 cups of flour and then 1.5 cups of the powdered milk. So anyway, to make this one, and you see all the pepper down in there? So it's quite peppery, but I like it that way. You can use less if you want to. So to make this one, all we're going to do is add in 1 cup of milk, right there, and then we're going to add 1/4 cup of our gravy mix. Okay, that's what we're going to add in there. You're going to need to whisk this so that it doesn't lump up, and as this cooks, it's going to thicken up. It's only going to take just a minute. When it gets heated, it's going to be thick. Okay, it's the perfect thick consistency that you want in, like, when you're making biscuits and gravy, in my opinion. And you can always cook some sausage and throw in here if you like a sausage gravy or something. But look how thick that is, y'all. This gravy is another one. It is so good. If you like gravy but you don't want to have to stand over the stove, or you're unsure, you need to make this one, okay? All right, so last for this video, we're making some bouillon. Okay, so this is going to be like a vegetable bouillon, maybe sort of a chicken bouillon. We'll talk about it. So what you're going to need for this one is 2 cups of nutritional yeast. You can get that anywhere. I know y'all hear me rattling papers. I got mine off a Thrive Market just because I saw it as I was going through making an order, but you can get this at Walmart too. But you're going to need 2 cups of this. And if you were going to do like beef bouillon, you would need mushroom powder and stuff. Well, I didn't have any of that. So that's why I just went with this one. It's simple. You can use this in place of anything in a recipe that says you need bouillon, okay? So 2 cups was this entire container. I didn't know that, so I measured it out, but here we are. So now we're going to add to this, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of salt. You can add more salt. Bouillon tends to be kind of salty, so this was another place where I thought I can cut back a little bit, so that's what I did. So now I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of minced onion. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of this dill weed, and you are going to need a blender or food processor, mixer, some sort of something for this, because that nutritional yeast has flakes, and then some of the seasonings are like leafy, so we want to make sure we get this into a powder. But you don't have to. If you don't mind the flakes and the big chunks, then you don't have to, but that's the way I like to do it, get it smooth. Then I added in 2 tablespoons of parsley. Now we're going to teaspoons, okay? So we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. You're going to add in 2 teaspoons of turmeric. I've always called it turmeric, but there's another R in there. Turmeric. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all say it. So we're going to add 2 teaspoons of that. And then we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of basil. And then last but not least, we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of celery seed. And like I said, I added 1 tablespoon of salt to mine. And in my opinion, it does need more salt. So add a little more salt to it. Okay? If you like a little bit more flavor in it. But you can always make these, you can make these without salt at all and just adjust your salt in whatever dish that you're cooking. So they're definitely, you're able to adjust them. Now, I'm not going to show you me cooking this one because it's broth. It's like bouillon, right? So it's just pretty much a clear liquid. I am going to show you a picture of what it looks like. But I just dumped this in a little small jar that I had. I don't even know what size that jar is. But, it's 2 cups that was, ground down to powder. So it's probably a little less than 2 cups at this point, I would think. And anyway, so whatever little small jar you have will work just fine. I had to give it a little sniff. Y'all already know. But anyway, that's it. Now you have bouillon powder whenever you need it. And what do you add? Like a tablespoon of that or a teaspoon of that to a cup of water. Now y'all can see all my seasonings floating in here. That's because my water wasn't super hot. I just kind of got it out of the faucet so I could show y'all what it looked like when it mixed up. So don't judge me on that. But it'll, they'll mix in when your water's actually hot. And there is our brown gravy, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I'm glad that y'all liked that Bacon Essentials video because it has really got me thinking on recipes like this. I love these, and I have a bunch more ideas coming up that we'll get over the next few weeks or months or however for more recipes like this. So I am super, super excited about this. We're going to have a whole playlist of just homemade things. So, but that's it, y'all. We have brown gravy mix that's going to last us forever, bouillon, and we have white gravy mix that will also last forever. These are big jars with a lot of stuff in them. Okay, that's all I've got for y'all today, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.